Hey guys, it's Rye from Sulfuras, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be covering how to do DM East jump runs in a duo on a rogue, primarily partnering up with a Resto Shaman, but this also works with a Resto Druid from my experience. I'll be covering the gold per hour, I'll be covering what jump runs are, I'll also be covering how we make gold from doing the jump runs, and how to maximize your profits. If you guys enjoy the video or content similar to this, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel as I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, and let's get into it. So what are jump runs? Jump runs are simply just clearing DM East by coming in the east entrance, jumping off the ledge, killing Zevram, the Satyr boss, and going straight to the final boss. The reason people do jump runs is because at the end of the instance there's a tunnel where you exit where there's 2 to 3 rich thorium veins, and this tends to be where most of the profit comes from. There are several ways you can profit from jump runs, which include dusty tomes, which you will find on the floor. They're small red books, and they have a chance to spawn. When you loot it, about 80 to 90% of the time it will be a useless gray, but if you get lucky, you'll be able to get one of the class-specific quest items that will let the class get a trinket. On my server at this point in time, none of the trinkets have too much value at all, other than the Epic Warrior book, which lets the warrior get Quel'Serrar, the Epic Sword. This book's extremely rare to get, but you can also get the books to drop off of the bosses. There are several other ways you can make gold in here as well, coming from vendoring items off of the bosses. As well, there are several elites on the way to the first boss that you'll kill, which can drop demonic runes for your healer, as well as very commonly Fellcloth. What my partner and I actually do, usually to maximize our profits, is we will use the world chat to try to find people to buy items on drop. We usually charge 20 to 30 gold for items such as the Satyr's bow, or a couple items off the last boss. This can really increase your profits if you'll be doing a lot of jump runs. As I previously stated, most of the profit will come from mining at the end of the run. You can expect to see at least one arcane crystal every couple runs. Now we'll go through a live walkthrough with commentary. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look across at the top here when I come in. There's a couple lashers across, and sometimes you'll get a dusty tome that can spawn up here. If that tome does spawn, you'll have the rogue just sneak around, have the healer heal you to pull aggro, and then just vanish to get the mobs to go over to the healer while you loot the book. Straight ahead here, you're going to eventually want to go stealth, and where I'm circling my mouse, another tome can spawn in here, which is 2 out of 5. You're going to sneak across the center, and coming up will be tome spawn 3 out of 5. Make sure you watch out for the seed pod on my right here. That has a very large radius and can knock you out of stealth, as well as the one behind. Right there is where the other tome can spawn. Once you make it to the wall, you're good to drop stealth and run on down. When we're looking at talents, I've found most success in here running a somewhat unique PvP spec. The key importance is a talent in subtlety on the left there. It's with the orc icon. It's called setup, and it basically gives you increased chance to gain combo points. I think it's a 45% chance to gain a combo point when you take damage, or sorry, when you dodge or resist an attack. And also it's very important to have preparation talented, so you can use evasion twice on the final boss, as he can do a lot of damage. When you're coming through these rooms, you'll run into a couple stealth ads. These ads can see through stealth, so there's no sneaking by them. If they're in the way, just clear them quick. They can drop demonic runes for your healer. They also very commonly drop Fellcloth and Runecloth. Just sneak past the water boss, and you're actually going to look on the side here. There are 2 possible chest spawns, locked or unlocked. I don't remember this run if we got a spawn or not. It looks like we did, so I'll show you how we deal with that chest afterwards. I'm going to come up and sneak through this way. There will always be another stealth ad on this part of the run. It's either going to be where I'm at right now, up the ramp, or up near the boss. Up here is where book number 4 out of 5 can spawn. Right beside Zevram. Really hard to miss that one, but that is Dusty Tome 4 out of 5. Looking at the boss Zevram really quick, he has an ability called Sacrifice, which will actually put you onto his little pillar there in the middle and do a lot of damage and stun you. And he also has a dot called Impending Doom, I believe, which does a lot of damage. If you're running with a shaman, the shaman can use a grounding totem on the sacrifice ability, making this boss extremely easy. But if you're running with a druid, we found it's almost necessary to use the Barov Peasant Collar trinket to actually spawn 3 adds per player to decrease your chance of getting sacrifice cast on you, as well as utilizing line of sight in the hallway or on the pillar behind the boss there. When it comes to this spec, I like to prioritize getting an exposed armor up on these bosses and looking to use my cold blood eviscerates, not worrying too much about slice and dice, they die pretty fast. If you get one of the chest spawns, we have several strategies on how to get them. Right where I'm circling now is actually a pillar where if you stand on the side of, all of the mobs that are going after you will reset. So usually this far chest, what we'll do is I will run down, I will open up and take aggro of the mobs, and I will run into range of my healer. We gotta watch out for these seed pods because they will spawn more adds. I'm going to quickly open up here, and my healer is going to toss me a heal, which is going to pull thread off me. The second he's casted a heal, I just go ahead and vanish. As the adds run around to go up to him, I'm simply going to open up, loot the chest, go back into stealth. He will jump down to that pillar I just previously showed you, and he'll reset out of combat, and then we move on with the run. When we're looking at gear, I've done this run with my shaman friend and druid friend when I've had mediocre gear, but I definitely wouldn't recommend doing this without any raid items. It can be a pretty heavy gear check, but if you know what you're doing, I think you'd be surprised with the results. One thing to remember while coming to do these runs is try to be aware of how much inventory space you have. You'll be looting a lot of vendorable items, and with the rate that we clear these runs, you'll run out of space very quick. As you can see, we got a tome this run. Just go ahead and distract the boss, make sure he doesn't patrol, and loot that really quick. For this final boss, there is one thing that's absolutely necessary, and that is to have either engineering goblin sapper charges or to have crystal charges from Ungoro. You can get these by turning in, I believe, 10 yellow power crystals and 10 red power crystals into one of the pillars, and you will get the crystal charges. Fight's pretty simple. If you have the rotation down, you're basically going to prioritize getting a 5-point exposed armor up, and you're going to get off your cold blood eviscerates, utilizing your prep to have evasions. When the imps come out, it's important to move the boss back into the room. If the imps are out of the room, they will actually pull the other elites that are in the little courtyard here. When the imps come, it's important for your shaman to drop a stone skin totem, so the imps will only do 1 damage per hit. You're both going to use your sapper charges or crystal charges to clear the imps and kind of just burn the boss down. If you do not kill the boss fast enough, another couple imps will come, or another whole pack, and you can just clear them up quickly anyways. Once that's all done, you can either take payment for the items you're going to sell, or just go ahead and spread out the loot to vendor them, and mine your nodes, and get on with the next run. Once you exit the dungeon, be sure to reset very quick. Run on down the rest of the tunnel and hop out of the hole. Head up the ramp on your right and mount up. Just going to run back up to the courtyard, head up the ramp again on your left and take another turn. For video recording purposes, you will ignore the alliance players that you're tempted to kill. They'll get very excited, but you're a rogue and you can vanish. So head on back in. And that's one full walkthrough. The gold per hour doing jump runs efficiently like this can vary a lot. It really depends on how lucky you get with arcane crystals or books. On average, I would say my duo and I get about 1 to 200 gold an hour, and that's split between the two of us. I would say this is definitely one of the best gold making methods in the game right now as of phase 2/3. And that just about wraps it up for me, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you're struggling with the method or have any questions, just leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. Peace.